What is really good, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sitting inside of my bookshelf, kind of. This I wish this shelf was detachable, because then I would. This is how I'd have to sit if I was inside of my bookshelf. I don't think you guys want me to sit like this the entire time, unless you do. And if you do, that's completely fine. I will. For you, I will do. I'll just sit right here and talk like this. I'm moving, and I just wanted to take a minute to reminisce with you guys on the multiple different iterations of my setup and my aesthetic and just this channel. I've been a bit emotional and maybe a bit nostalgic, maybe a bit in my own head lately, trying to figure out, do I want to continue doing this? Do I not want to keep doing this? All that stuff, and it just got me thinking about progress, which is the one thing that most people generally try to track in these kind of situations. It has occurred to me that I have more of a cold, analytical, logical way of presenting things as opposed to warm, emotional, connective, etc., things like that, right? Working on it, but I'm a logical guy, and I can only say logical things, really, so I'm going to try and be a little bit more gracious with myself and warm with myself as I talk through these things, but in case I don't, well, y'all know what the vibe is. I'm hunching over aggressively, because if I don't, my head hits that thing. Okay. Is there a way for me to lean in this? Okay, that's not good for the cardboard in the back, though, so we're not going to do that, because I do want to resell this on Facebook Marketplace after this. Okay. So, why don't we look at the first few videos that I posted on this channel. I have my phone right here. And we're going to go to the EntroArchives page. You guys are free to do this with me if you want. The first video I made was 3 years ago, got 98 views saying, oh no, I made a YouTube channel. And it was on my phone, not projecting my voice, nothing. I had my dragon painting that my wife painted in the background, and my bookshelf showing out off the corner. I still have those same books, those same little plants, those same cubes that were right here before I packed them. No screen changes, nothing. I had lights in the back of my bookshelf. I don't know why I stopped doing that, by the way. Why did I stop putting lights in the back of my bookshelf? Wait a minute. I think I might be throwing, chat. I think I might be throwing. I was trying to figure out the process of making a YouTube video and what goes into that. And I was like, even before that, I had the bookshelf. And I kept telling my wife, I was like, I can only put something in this corner. Let me find a video that has a full shelf like in the corner itself. If you see those like cubes in the back, it was basically 4 cubes stacked on each other in the corner, a little bit mismatched in terms of alignment to give a little bit of depth and different orientation to it. I don't know what happened to this guy. I feel like this guy was killing it. And I feel like the guy in front of you right now isn't. Because high key, I fuck with this angle. I high-key fuck with this angle. All the books are there. I'm there. My bookshelf is there in the back. What happened? What really happened? You know what I mean? But that was all I had as a bookshelf. That was literally it. That was literally all I had as a bookshelf. Oh my God, guys. You guys remember okay. If you guys are OGs of the channel, then you would know the reading nook. And it was this little corner. Oh my God. Yo, high key, fire angle. High key, a fire ass angle. What? This kid really had it going. I feel like this kid really had it going. This was essentially a corner in my room that I was like, nothing's happening here. It would be really cute to make this corner into like a little reading corner. So I got these 2 pillows, probably from like TJ Maxx or Target. I got this this little mattress pad, pillow pad thing so the pillow pad thing I got from Target. I think the pillows from were like Marshalls, TJ Maxx, somewhere, because I wanted a little bit of color. And it's so, yo, this is icon. I need to screenshot this, because like this is a fire ass angle. I'm looking back on it, like this is a fire angle. But yeah, that was at my first apartment when I was trying to like figure out how to make videos with videos that I like to make. I was taking time to like try and script things out, doing more full body angles, obviously, doing more whatever the hell I really wanted to do at that point. It was fun. It was decent. It was doing its thing. I feel like that's why these videos, some of them got views. You know what I mean? Some of them did get views. Fast forwarding. I don't know why my voice cracked there. I really don't. We are now at the new place where I moved to my house, and I remember telling my wife, like, I finally get actual bookshelves. Finally, is what I thought. I was still rocking out with like the cubes and everything right there. But I still high key fuck with this angle. I still high key fuck with the angle. I think the lighting in the back is fine. If I just had a little bit more lighting on my face, it would have been better, and that's about it. That's really it. That's really all. That's really all. Like, yeah, this is when I had my bookshelf tour, when I got my first bookshelf ever. I bought it myself, put it together myself, and had an hour-long bookshelf tour going through each and every one of the books, which was fun. It was a good time. It was this one. I remember adding in the edits and everything myself. And a decent lighting job and everything. But this is what it looked like. It was a pretty standard bookshelf, and I just crammed all my books in there. And I remember I had like my Chima shelf, my manga shelf, and then my everything else shelf, which is it's exactly what I had here. I love putting together things. I really do. I really love putting together, like, making things. So that the one reason why I love moving is I like building new things in the new place, whether it's, when we go to this next place that we're moving to, I'm changing up the aesthetic of the entire setup and everything. So it's going to be a little bit more of a darker aesthetic, not as light of an aesthetic as I've had this in the past 3 years, which I'm looking forward to. But I think building the furniture is just therapeutic for me. It might be a dude thing. It really might be a dude thing. I just like it a lot. Probably because I've had no like hard labor jobs ever in my life. So this at least makes me think I'm doing some good labor. That really might be it. That really might be it. I remember my mindset around this time was just don't buy that many books. You already have enough, which is there's never enough. And I had to really stop myself from buying books because buying more books means moving more books. And not knowing where I was moving, what my next place was going to be like, I was just hesitant to get things that I had to later sell or move anyway. I was like, then what's the point, right? What's the point of getting something that you're going to have to sell or move at the end of the day anyway? So I didn't. You know what I mean? I just didn't. It was a good time. I remember this was the year that I was had so many issues. It was a year that I leveled up a ton, for sure. So many audio issues, so many video issues, trying to figure out how to record things, how to edit things, recording on my phone. I remember when going back to the first place in that apartment, I was recording on my phone, and I had no way to get the videos on my phone to my computer to edit. I just started I was like, how do people do this? I kept trying to hook up my charging cable to my computer, and it was like, this is too small, too large of a file to move, too large of a file to move, too large of a file to move. I was like, how does that make any sense? I don't know what's happening. I've never done this before. And that's around the time when I just started, I was like, okay, cool, I can use iCloud. So I can record on my phone, wait till it syncs to iCloud, and then upload it. But it took so long to sync to iCloud, holy shit. It took so long to sync to iCloud, holy shit. It was a pain waiting. So I had to make sure I record well enough in advance to where I had a day to sync the full video file to iCloud, so then I could edit on my computer, and then I could upload it, and then put the clips back onto my phone to then post on socials. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. I'm looking at the gray walls here because what the fuck were these transitions, Arish? What the fuck were these transitions? I still fuck with this though. Look at the setup. Look at it. Look at it. It's so good. I still high-key fuck with the lighting. It's just cold lighting. It's not warm. I get it. But, this was around the time when the Percy Jackson books came out and everything, and around the time that I got my new mic. So I remember around the time that I got my new mic is when I was doing a lot more at my computer type of episodes on my mic and then on my computer, so you could get my reaction to everything. Which, by the way, those 9 episodes, how many there are, were bangers. High key, Those reactions were bangers, and they need more love. But I can't wait for Percy Jackson season 2 to come out this December. We're gonna be reacting to it. Duh. And that was a good amount of videos in that time. I think a decent amount of videos in that time. Look at this. Look at this guy. This is just a guy who wanted to make videos, and he just wanted to talk about the books that he liked. And he dressed up in his gray sleeveless hoodie and green shirt, talking about I'm a Ranger and shit, to talk about the Royal Ranger series. I feel like I lost something. I feel like I lost a little bit of magic that I used to have. But like, once again, this right here, what we had here, was one of my favorite setups, like, of all time. Well, it's my third setup, and every setup gets better. But like, all of these videos had a great aesthetic. I don't know if it'll pick it up with the auto exposure, but all of these videos since I moved into this new place had a great aesthetic initially. And then I realized I just started like freaking with it, which I think is fine. You know, some of the videos don't do well, some of the videos do well, whatever it is, it's fine. I'm hoping to like have a more consistent aesthetic in the new place, because even in this place, right, I think maybe why it wasn't so consistent was like, maybe I felt too cramped, maybe it just looked too same every single time. Maybe it like there's so much to do with this setup where it was like the corner book squares over here, the full bookshelf over here, but I immediately had like a white dresser of just like personal things. My Fableware shirts were in here. Obviously you have the humidifier right here, making sure that I don't phlegm up and I don't get so dry. Humidifiers. But like all of this stuff was like, oh, it's too, I don't want it in the frame. You know what I mean? But then the right, literally over here is just a curtain, a blue curtain, a dark blue curtain. So it's like, what am I getting in the frame at the point? So it felt like my framing was just so off. I could never get the best frame for what I wanted. I don't know. I might be making just ways to reason, logically reason into why I did or didn't love it. I did love this setup though. I really did love this setup. My desk was there. This was back here. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I think once I got the new camera lens and everything like that, it also felt better. I had so many different lighting options. This year I learned a lot more about lighting. I learned a lot more about audio once again. Learned a lot more about videos. But I think along the way, to be honest with you guys, I think along the way, I started feeling less and less wanting to make like super edited videos, or I don't know, I feel like when I edit videos, it makes me a bit fake, or when I try and script videos, it makes me feel a little bit fake as opposed to just talking about what comes off the dome. And I'm trying to get out of that, only because I don't say everything that I want to say in a video anyway. So I feel like it's not really a problem if I take time to script out what I want to say about certain books, because I feel like you talk about them in a better train of thought, you talk about them in a more cohesive way that's more, what's the word for it? That's more digestible and it's easier to understand for somebody who's listening. And I can also obviously play with the voice inflections and you know, have a better presence on the camera and things like that. But it's not just off the dome podcast style, you know? So I'm hoping that will come to fruition a little bit in the next place, the next spot, the next thing. I always look at other people's aesthetic and I'm like, I love that aesthetic. Why does mine not look like that? Why does mine not look like that? All those things, you know? And then I go back to it and I'm like, you know, you're doing pretty well. You're still doing pretty well for yourself. Been moving around a lot, changing it up a lot. Haven't really had time to be consistent. But I will say, guys, the whole goal for 2025 was to just have consistent uploads every week. I think I missed 2 out of the first half year, first 26 weeks. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with that. And in the new place, I'm hoping to use it a lot more. Bulk out videos, record, and have more fun recording, if that makes sense. That would be more enjoyable. Would love to fix my left shoulder here so I can use my fucking club bells again. You know I love these things. Okay, also, I do think I need to swear less in videos. I personally think I need to swear less in videos. I feel like I'm the most, because I don't feel like people swear about books the way I do. And maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing, I don't know. But I wonder if I just stopped swearing in these videos, Would you like them more? I don't know. So I do wonder if that would help. And maybe it would help me stop relying on swear words for descriptive things and actually use proper descriptor. You know what I'm saying? That could be fun. That could be interesting. Whatever it is. So yeah. Not a very crazy, not a very crazy video happening. But I just want to look back on my setups and just think about where we came from, right? 4 cubes into a bookshelf plus 4 cubes, into a smaller, wider bookshelf plus 4 cubes, different lighting options, better audio options, better angles, more creative with it sometimes. I feel like also the one thing that I do like to do is mess with the setup a little bit every time. And not like change it up, but either have a couple of videos inside, have a couple of videos outdoors, have a couple of videos with like different angles, that kind of stuff. Just because I feel like as much as I do love the comfortability and the coziness and the consistency of same angle, same setup, same lighting, nothing changes, let's talk. Part of me just wants to be a little bit more creative. Because that's what books are, right? Books are so creative, and sometimes I just like to make the video a bit of give the video a bit more character, give a video the character that it deserves for the book that we're talking about, even sometimes, right? Things like that. So I do sometimes like to do things like that. I'm trying not to. I can't move around too much with the mic, but yeah. I also feel like I break the fourth wall a lot with you guys. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. I feel like I break the fourth wall a lot with you guys. Anyways, you guys also want to... Here's a little treat for you guys. For people who stayed this far, people who actually watched this far, here is the treat that you... Yes. Here's a treat that you get. I'm out of my book slump. I have read one book this month. In June. I have read one book. Out of the 6 or 7 that I attempted, I have read one book, and it was Tournament Top Decker. Okay? This was fun. I instantly knew when I started it, I was like, this is just what I need. I need something that's not very deep, and not very high prose. I need something that can easily read. I can just like look away and look back, look away. I need a more distracted type of read. It sounds really weird to say, but I need a more distracted type of read. And by that, I basically mean I can have the TV on and keep reading this book. I can be sitting next to my wife in bed and chat with her and then go back to my book and chat with her and go back to my book and mess with her and go back to my book without losing my place, without losing any thoughts, whatever it is. Because it's pretty easy to follow along. It's pretty easy. It's a very easy read. It's very comfortable. It's very nostalgic. That's another thing that I was talking about with people over on Book Talk, that in order to get out of a book slump, a lot of people say go back to something you've already read, but I want to slightly tweak that solution, and I actually want to propose something a bit different to you. I want to propose read books that make you feel like books you've already read. And by that, I mean, instead of rereading a book that you've already read, read a book that is similar to a book you've already read. So it gives you the same nostalgic vibes. There's nostalgic feelings. It evokes memories. It evokes... That's what Card Mage Tournament Top Decker did for me. I was big on card collecting as a kid, so it just brought me back to those times of enjoying collecting all types of cards. And for the video that we do make on the Card Mage series, and maybe one is overdue now that I've read the first 2 books of it, and there's a 3rd one coming out hopefully in 2026, but I don't know. I'll go through all of my card list with y'all. I will show you every single card. Tournament Top Decker was actually it was pretty good. It actually didn't go where I thought it was going to go. The way it went was not what I expected, which I think is cool. I think he definitely diverted expectations in a good way. But essentially, Hick, the main character, he was supposed to at some point go from the slums to the Bridges neighborhood in order to continue his search for his mother, who he believes is still alive. And I thought that, like, you know, him being the book being called Tournament Top Decker, he was going to win the tournament early in the book, and the rest of the book was going to be more of him navigating the bridges and that type of story. But this book was actually more so him still in the slums, trying to, you know, not get caught by the authorities for card battling, still card battle, trying to find a way to get to the bridges to find his mom, figure out what the Fae suit that he has is about, help his friends. He got messed over by his dad, still trying to navigate his family relationships as well. Once again, everything that he's doing is trying to get to the bridges to find his mom. That is his ultimate goal. It's not even being the best card battler. It's get to the bridges, find mom. And in doing that, I have to be the best card battler so I can win this tournament, so I can go to get to the bridges and try and find mom. That's essentially what he's doing. But I enjoyed it. I think there weren't a ton many like different new cards to be explored, but I think the way that Benedict Patrick explored them was good. I am very much looking forward to the next book, Fate Cursed Full Decker, because essentially we're going to get into the realm of full decked humans who have. All right, let's start that again. Yeah, Fate Cursed Full Decker. He's, you know, I'm expecting that either he is going to land or work on getting a full deck with the cards that he has, and he's gonna meet people who have full decks and have to navigate those relationships of like, these people are really fucking strong. Maybe they have rapport with a lot more cards than, you know, most people do. How do you combat a full decker? How do you battle somebody who's a full decker as opposed to in the slums when you have, you know, people with multiple cards pooling their cards together and then only like 3 people battling with, you know, cards that aren't theirs. I'm assuming he is still going to try and build his own full deck in his search for his mother and everything. And I think it'll be interesting. I'm hoping that Benedict Patrick is going to bring out more cards. He's going to bring out different suits that we haven't seen before, things like that. I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, that was the only book I've read this month. I'm not planning to try and finish any other books this month. I'm just focused on packing and getting out of here and starting in the new place and then recording more in the new place, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's about it. So I appreciate you coming with me on this bit of a nostalgic journey, just looking at my path, my story overall. We are getting into the 4th iteration of the intro setup, which hopefully will be good. I don't know. I don't have an eye for aesthetic at all. To be completely honest with you, I have 0 eye for aesthetic. So I just don't know how it's going to go. But I'm going to try my very best to make it really good, really interesting, really fun for you guys. So we'll see what happens. I forgot to make a really cheeky transition, and all of my setup is done. So yeah, take this. What is really good? This is a little sneak peek for the new setup. I'm not gonna go through it with you guys right now. This is the end of the video. Just stay in tune for next time, alright? I'll catch you guys later. Peace.